Alright, so today's video is about the backdrop. As you can see, I've already prepped the backdrop, filled in the holes using just basic wall compound, spackling compound. I got it at Ace Hardware for a couple dollars. Just spread it on with the putty knife over top of the holes. I've let it dry. I did it a couple days ago, so I've let it dry. And now I'm going to try to sand it out, sand it smooth, and hopefully it'll work. And then I can start painting the blue sky backdrop. So you just get a basic electric sander. Mine's like a little mouse kind from Ryobi, and you just gently work over the patch areas. So there you get an idea of how it works. Sand it smooth. We'll go over it. Creates a lot of dust, so you'll get a shop vac or some sort of dust buster vacuum and clean up your mess. Take a wash rag, wash it down, and then it should be ready to put the sky blue paint on. So I'm going to go ahead and try out the video for right now, finish up the rest of this, and then we'll come back and continue in a little while. Alright, so I'm back. So like I said, this stuff does get everywhere. It does cause, nice and smooth. It gets dusty, get everywhere. It doesn't just fall on the ground. It falls all through the air, falls on top of stuff. So if you're going to do this, make sure you have some sort of doors open, windows open, some good ventilation. Maybe wear a dust mask if you're enclosed in a small, tight place. Then I just use a shop vac to go ahead and clean up my mess as best I can. There you have it. That's pretty much the prep work for how I do my backdrops. So once again, it's just about 1/8 inch masonite hardboard that I get at the home improvement store. Here's some self-tapping wood screws to go into the framing. Once all the screws are in, I come back in, use my wall compound or spackling compound, little canister of it. I happen to use the white stuff. There's pink stuff that dries white, so you know it's done. I just use a little putty knife, scrape some on, fill in the holes, let it dry for 1 or 2 days, come back, sand it smooth, covers up the holes, use a shop vac to clean up the dust. I'll wipe it down with a wet rag, and then the next part of the video I'll put some blue sky blue paint on our backdrop. Okay, so now we're gonna paint the sky blue backdrop on the back of the hardboard. So I got my blue paint. Basically I'm just using some Valspar flat interior latex paint that I got at one of the home improvement stores here locally here in town. Any sky blue color will work for you. Just get a gallon of it. It should last you a little while, enough to do your backdrops. Before I apply the paint, I just want to wipe down the backdrop, get all that extra sanding stuff, the loose material from the sanding process of the wall spackling joint compound. So I'm just going to wipe off some of the dust, a little wet rag, and then we should be able to put the paint on. Good enough. Alright, so I already put some blue paint in my tray. Just going to use a standard paint roller and apply it on the backdrop. As you see, it goes on pretty easy. Get good coverage. Keep adding paint. Nice gentle strokes or passes. Don't have to put it on super thick. Just go back with a couple different layers or different coats and you'll be fine. Have a paintbrush ready. Get some of these dried paint marks, or not marks, but clumps from dried paint from previously used, and then just roll back over the spot. You can use a brush if you don't want to use a roller for the whole thing, but I like the roller because it goes on nice and even. You don't get the paintbrush marks from sweeping back and forth on your backdrop. I do have to use the brush for the touch-up area, especially the corner over there, but for the most part, the roller has more surface area as well, covers a lot more, and it'll be done a lot sooner than if you just did it with a hand brush. Doesn't really matter if it gets on the bottom because we're going to eventually paint that and scenic that totally different color. So even if you get it on the bottom, your base down here, it doesn't matter. Here's where the two pieces of my hardboard came together. So I try to make it look as best I can as one giant piece. That's why I did the spackling compound down the middle to try to seal it up. I guess you could do a much better job if you did it like a true drywaller would do, but I don't know how to do all that. I'm not in the construction field, and it's just a model railroad for me and my son to enjoy. Not a museum piece or anything like that, so that should be sufficient for my needs right there. And as you can see, it's already blending in pretty good, almost as if it's not even there. So yeah, then the corner area over here, I obviously want to touch up on that. So I'll have to use a paintbrush for that method. I just get the blue, paint in all the nooks and crannies, smooth it out as much as possible. We'll still come back through with the roller to try to get some of the paintbrush markings. Same thing, I gotta kind of touch up the bottom down here. My roller doesn't get all the way to the very bottom. The other good news about this, even using a brush at the very bottom, depending on what your track layout's going to be, where your scenery is going to go, what buildings you're planning to use, you'll be able to hide any small minor imperfections from the painting with those scenery items or the buildings. Like I said, I'm still going to come back over with the roller part. It should help blend in some of those transition areas. Alright, now since I haven't really decided if I'm going to do a full lighting valence or not, or just leave it as is, I definitely want to always paint the top framings sky blue. So that way it helps blend in with the background, so you don't have the sky and then, oh, these pieces of wood hanging out. And then even then, like I said, if I'm going to do lighting valance, where I have it come out here from the backdrop, so I can have lights, I still want to paint that blue because I'll have my joists blue as well. So that way when you're looking into the scene, you don't see the wood joists from the valance as well. At least they're going to be a sky blue color. So. That's pretty much it on how to do a backdrop, a simple backdrop. We'll make a frame out of wood, attach a 1/8 hardboard, 1/8 inch hardboard to the back with some wood screws. Countersunk them in so they actually blend in to the backdrop. And then once they're in, go ahead and take some wall spackling or joint compound. Putty knife, fill them in the holes of the screws, let it dry, like I said, at least a day, maybe 2 days. Come back with an electric sander, sand off the spackling, sand it smooth, and then get some flat interior latex sky blue paint from your favorite paint store and paint your backdrop a basic sky blue color. And you'll definitely enjoy the results. So that's it for this video. I'm going to obviously finish painting up all the sky blue, but you don't need to see me do that because that's just about as much as fun as watching paint dry.